Hey guys, it's Christian with CNI Services here. We have a special guest today, Brian's Lawn Maintenance.
I'm Brian's Lawn Maintenance.
So we just filmed a couple of videos on his YouTube channel, and he'll probably have at least the first one posted by now.
Yeah.
It's about basically it's a overview of my equipment setup, and I actually have a surprise. I just got a new enclosed trailer, so
Sweet.
So yeah, but I just want to do a quick interview and Brian, and see if he has any notable information that I'm guessing a lot of us are maybe young who follow me or upcoming in their business world. But do you have any special tips or experiences, or what have you learned in your business that just what makes you Brian's Lawn Maintenance? What makes people want to hire you for snow, for seasonal services, for lawns? Why? There's probably 1,000 other companies. Why would they want to hire you?
Good question. So for you guys that don't know, I run a YouTube channel, Brian's Lawn Maintenance. And same thing, I got started cutting grass actually like 17, 18, 19 years old. Actually, way before that, I was like 10, 12 years old, kind of like the neighborhood kid.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can relate.
Yeah, definitely.
I cut grass from like 10 years old to about 16, and then I started working at Little Caesars, like literally $5 pizzas.
Yeah.
The hot and ready's, right?
Hot and ready.
So I did that for about 4 years. I was 20 years old. I actually got fired from my Little Caesar job. I was a store manager, making 40 grand a year back when 2005, which in today's money probably would have been like 50, 60 grand a year. So I was young, I had a good little job, and then I decided to start a lawn care landscaping business. I had no experience, no clue. I mean, I cut grass when I was like 10, 12 years old,
yeah,
but I didn't know anything about lawnmowers. This is 2005, so we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have Instagram, right? It was way back. So basically, I decided to start my own business. I went all in. I started buying lawnmowers. I bought a little utility trailer. My first truck was a Dodge Durango.
Oh, wow.
Like an old school one.
SUV kind of?
Yeah, an SUV. So
Yeah.
it was my younger brother's who was at college.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, you're at college. This thing is sitting in the parking lot. I'm gonna go cut some grass with it. And he said, sure, because he was at college.
Yeah.
Right?
So you do it.
And then when he came back from college, it was really awkward because I'm using his truck every day,
Right.
his SUV. So I think one thing that my first 7 or 8 years in business were just really experimental. We had about 50, 60 clients. I was making 30, 40, 50 grand. It was about 40 grand a year. And we had a decent little business. It wasn't anything to write home about. But what happened was I decided to, for some crazy reason, start doing YouTube.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. And what happened was I bought my wife a really nice camera. She was gonna do makeup vlogging and skincare tutorials, that's what girls do.
Yeah.
And the camera was sitting around for just about 2-3 months, and it was about March, and I was trading in a lawnmower. And I said, hey, do you mind if I shoot a video, make a little YouTube account, and just put it up there? And she said, sure. And so I had watched quite a bit of YouTube videos, like how to do YouTube by being the good fiance, boyfriend, whatever I was back then with the wife, to how to do YouTube. So I said, well, I'm gonna take that and start a YouTube channel. Well, we made one video, we made another video, we made another video, and 3 years later, we have a decent sized little YouTube channel. Well, in the process of starting a YouTube channel, you guys know how you can leave comments and you guys can interact, right?
Of course.
A lot of the videos people were weighing in on. They're like, hey, you're doing this right, but do this. Hey, you're doing this wrong. Hey, have you ever considered this? So a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
So every time I make a video, we'd have 10, 20 people comment on that video. And so I just started learning a lot about the industry.
Kind of like how different companies look at other products to improve theirs.
Everything. Everything was on the table to ask questions about. So I opened up my eyes to different trimmers, different blowers, different mowers, different ways of doing different business models, like more mowing versus more landscaping versus less mowing, right? So basically I had all this information and feedback, and so I'm growing my company as I'm growing my YouTube channel. And in the last 3 years, my business tripled, like easily, because we went from just mowing and kind of making stuff up to having best practices, having lawn care software, better equipment. We got into bigger trucks. We started plowing snow. And so the last 3 years, I've been I call it documenting my life, sharing with everybody how I got started with my company. But I think my company really started about 3 years ago.
Like the Brian's Lawn Maintenance we know now?
The Brian's Lawn Maintenance everybody sees today.
Yeah.
Because I had gotten married, and I realized my little $45,000 a year income was not going to cut it to take care of a wife.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you get married, your expenses kind of triple. I don't know how that works. You get married, so there's only 2 people, but somehow your expenses are 3 times as much. So I always joke for the younger guys, like, make as much money as you can. Wives are awesome, but you know, when you get married, they're more expensive because they like to sleep on beds and like have nice homes. Like they
practical stuff.
Yeah, practical. They don't like eating, you know, McDonald's 5 days a week.
Yeah.
You know, like we can eat pizza every day.
Right.
And so like she's like, I don't want to eat pizza every day. All right, so
pizza.
So CNI pizza. That's why I call them candy pizza. So long story short, I had to kind of grow up. I was probably your age, like I had your size business, but I was 10 years older. I was like 27, 28.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I got to start figuring this thing out. So again, with everybody's help and feedback and just watching all the other awesome YouTubers out there and Instagram guys, I started stitching together our business. So good advice I'll give you guys is that reinvest. I mean, that's the biggest thing I always tell anybody who's like, you know, 15 to 25 years old, which is a lot of us, to reinvest into your business. Don't go out there and buy silly stuff. Reinvest in your business. Like the last 2-3 years, I've been reinvesting a lot of money back into my company, back into my YouTube channel to grow both of those businesses, if you will. And it's taken a lot of time and a lot of effort. And just this last week, my wife and I moved into a luxury apartment, and we didn't spend any money the last 3 years. We put it all back in the business. Like we went on a couple small little trips, a little vacation here, but we didn't buy clothes. We didn't buy like nice shoes. We bought the necessities, but we didn't buy anything cool.
Lariat truck.
Well, the truck was a good first splurge, if you will, because I wanted to plow snow.
Yeah.
And I liked my old truck. I just couldn't plow snow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so here's the deal. 3 years of just hustling, reinvesting into the business. Then I moved into a luxury apartment. I dropped $16,000 on furniture, and I bought a purple bed. I bought a new couch. A Roomba. We bought a.
You made it.
That's how you know you made it, right?
Yeah.
So, and why do I say that? Is because there's a time to invest. There's a time to be growing your company. But once it gets to a certain level, and we're debt free now, I said I want to spend some money. I want to reward myself.
Yeah.
Right. But you can't. It's hard to do both.
Right.
And I see too many people spending money when they should be reinvesting money.
Yeah.
Right. So that's my biggest tip, is probably to reinvest. But now that we're debt free, we have good income coming in. I wanted to reward my wife. My goal in the next year or two is to buy a Tesla. Yeah. Which is totally off the wall, very expensive, very stupid purchase, but they're a really cool car.
But you gotta reward yourself sometimes, like we talked about in your video.
Yeah.
Was it mine? No.
It was your video.
Oh, sorry.
Well, my video with you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah. Oh yeah, your video. Okay. So basically, like how little rewards here and there after you hustle for a long time kind of keep you from grinding yourself out and burning yourself out because there's like no end in sight. You know, okay, you could be loaded, but you enjoy your quality of life.
That's it.
And so you know.
Well, what I like to call it is, imagine a really nice car. Like, are you a sports car guy? Like, do you like Corvettes or Mustangs?
I like Audis.
Audis? Okay. So whether you got paddle shifters, right? Usually in an Audi. Let's say you're in 4th gear and you're going 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, and you're redlining the car, right?
Put her in red.
But you're putting it in red, you're going crazy, and then what happens? You hit the shift button and you almost launch forward, right? And then you start going to 120 miles an hour. So what I did is I was in 5th gear for 2 years, just redlining on our YouTube channel, on our lawn business. We're making money, I'm putting money in the bank, we're paying off debt, and I just said, not yet, not yet, not yet. And then when you hit the shift, boom, we drop the hammer into 6th gear. Full send, bro. Full send.
Not even 3/4 full throttle. Full send.
Full send. All right. And so now, and why do I say that? To brag? No. The point is that there is a time to hustle, there's a time to reinvest, and then there's a time to enjoy yourself. And right now, Liz and I are rewarding ourselves a little bit, with a new house, a new apartment, I should say, and all this other stuff. But what most people don't see is that Liz and I are actually pretty minimal. We're actually pretty simple. And right now, same thing again. I said, Liz, this is great. We're having fun. We're making money. But let's do the same thing. Let's keep our nose to the grindstone. Let's keep working hard. We're growing a huge YouTube channel. I invite you guys to subscribe and check it out.
Friends, Means, highly would recommend.
Thanks, guys. Little plug there. Yeah. But it's literally a channel all about helping people learn how to grow a more successful business so you guys can go out there and crush it. And literally, that's what we're doing right now. We're growing our lawn business still. We're growing our snow removal business still. We're growing our YouTube channel still. And we're just putting money in the bank.
Yeah.
And then in the next 12 to 18, 24 months, I'm going to build a nice home. I'm going to get a Tesla. And I just want to be a good example for people that are younger trying to be entrepreneurs, that this is kind of the road you got to take. It takes a lot of effort.
And you're showing, also through your training courses, you're showing the steps of how you got to where you are, debt-free.
Yep.
So not only is he showing the what to do, but he's also showing what happens if you follow his steps. And kind of when I was at Aquascape, Greg Whitstock,
great guy.
he told me, he told the group, if you follow everything they teach you, you'll be successful like him, because they,
20 products, 20 steps.
20 products, 20 steps. You'll build the fountain. He tells you exactly how much to price them for. He gives you every single thing.
The roadmap.
He gives you the roadmap. So it's kind of like that. He gives you the what to do, and then this is the outcome. So yeah.
And I'm not a finished product. Again, I don't have it all figured out. I have it figured out for me though. I'll tell you that, because it took a long time.
Yeah.
But I'm 33 now. Things are getting a lot better. There's so many great people that we've got to meet and help out with. Christian and I were hanging out because I'm visiting another YouTube guy in Chicago, and he caught wind that I was coming over, so I said, let's hang out, let's go get some Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
And we did a couple of videos with him and his equipment and his setup. But I'll tell everybody, man, the secret ingredient, if everybody really wants to cut through the mustard, it's still hard work.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard work. Everything in life is hard work. And there's a really popular quote that I live by that says, you can never own success, you can only rent it, and rent is due every single day.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you've done in the past, it doesn't matter what you did yesterday, honestly it doesn't matter what you did today, because tomorrow, if you don't wake up and kick butt, now you can have a better quality of life. Like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow in a $4,000 purple mattress bed. Ooh. Super nice mattress, right? At a luxury apartment in a Lariat truck. Who cares? They're just material things. But my life is more comfortable, but it doesn't make my life easier. You know what I'm saying? I still am gonna get up, I'm still gonna work, I'm still gonna make YouTube videos, I'm still gonna inspire people, try to help people out, answer questions, and work hard. Right? Because just because it's peak to peak principle. Have you ever heard peak to peak? Yeah. So when you're climbing up a mountain, you get to the top, and once you're at the top, you're at the top of that peak, but then you see the next mountain. And you thought you were at the top, but really you're at the top of the little mountain. And so I got to the top of my first little mountain, but now there's bigger mountains that Liz and I want to accomplish and tackle. And so we're just getting started, man.
I have one more question before you have to go. So since you said you started your business by 2003, 2004, 2005.
2005, I think.
2005, okay. Did the recession knock you back at all? Because I know a lot of people coming out of college. So for example, my neighbor owns a tree business and a lawn business, and he works at the Public Works for health benefits. He works like 100 hours a week. He's really good. He's a grinder. But he got like a construction degree right coming into the recession. So he didn't use it at all. So how did it affect your business?
You know, I didn't know anything else other than hustle, other than hard work. So I didn't even know what I didn't know. When gas was $4 a gallon, it was the default. So I just figured, hey, gas is kind of expensive. That's all I knew. So and by the way, I was definitely the lowball guy. We still made it work. While everybody was complaining about the economy, you know what we did? We passed out more flyers. While everybody was going on blogs and Facebook and websites and complaining to their neighbor about how things suck, I was passing out flyers. I didn't even know we were in a recession. I was 19 years old. What do you know at 19? Very little.
Young, dumb, and broke.
Young, dumb, and broke. So I didn't know. While everybody was complaining, I was working. And so all we did was we outworked everybody. What I found is that in every subdivision, new people were moving in. Big companies were going out of business. They still needed lawns being cut. And maybe we did it for 20 bucks instead of 25, or 25 instead of 30. But what I found is that because everybody else pulled out, everybody else scaled back, there was still a lot of potential work out there. And so I just took 1% of the pie in my town, and we still chiseled out a good $40,000 or $50,000 a year business in 2 or 3 years during arguably the worst economy ever. And right now, people have it easy. Most people aren't working hard. They think they're working hard, but they're not working very hard.
Would you say that, like how we discussed before, would you say the first, when you are proving, like when you're trying to afford a stand-in or whatever your equipment or whatever your financial goals are, and you're, as you said, you became yourself the last 3 years. Is that the hardest part, when you're when you're starting, when you have the F-150, whatever, 2008 it was, when you have the smaller trailer that's maybe not as good as it could be,
Right.
is it hard to hold back? And is that hard to hold back from purchasing something, or is that the hardest years when
100%.
you kind of look back on it and you're glad you made your decisions? Or
100%. That's like when you test your metal, they call it, like when you're like the iron is forged, you know, like that's the toughest part.
you have so many expressions, I have to say.
I'm analogy king. You know
if you
what I'm
need
saying?
like quotes, just come to this guy. Or...
Well, it's the toughest part, but it's the best. I mean, like, I heard somebody say once, like, if a mountain was smooth, you couldn't climb it. Right? So the mountain, if there's divots, there's challenges.
Yeah.
That's what gives you your footing, right? Like, we've all heard stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't climb a smooth mountain. So it sucks going through that. It sucks when you get your mower stuck, when a belt breaks and it's $150.
Working on a beautiful evening at 6
Yeah.
p.m. on a Sunday. You know?
I can't tell you how many times, Christian, that I go cut somebody's lawn. The first 10 years still happens today. I go cut somebody's lawn at 6 p.m. at night, and they're out there grilling.
Yeah.
They're dipping in their pool.
Yeah.
And I feel like a sap.
Yeah.
But yet I'm making way more money, have a way better lifestyle for sure than these people. And I'm not in competition with them, but I'm just saying I'm still paying dues even at my age. You know, because I want the nicer things. But it's tough. I know what it's like to buy a $600 backpack blower and not want to do that. I want to go on vacation.
Yeah.
I want to go on vacation. I want to go up North Michigan and go relax. I know what it's like to buy a $300 trimmer and instead of buying a new one, paying $100 to get it fixed, and it still sucks.
Yeah.
It's really tough. But you know what? That's when you learn to be resourceful. Right? That's when you learn how to stretch a budget.
Yeah.
That's how you learn how to fix your own equipment.
Yeah.
That's where you learn all these little skills that it's not just going to get handed to you.
And you'll appreciate that now that maybe
Totally.
you know, because you can feel for other people maybe like me where we're trying to stretch our dollar a little more than maybe you have to because we want to make the most of it, and then you look back and you appreciate
Totally.
what it took to get there, and you might not even realize it though.
Yep.
You know,
100%.
like, you know, I was used to it, like you said.
Yep.
So it makes you appreciate it.
Well, and it's tough when you're making money and you got to pay something off versus take that same money you made because you have debt. You have to pay off your lawnmower and not take that $250 and go buy nice clothes at the mall.